Thank you for subscribing to this channel. This is a reading part C practice video.
According to the question, what point is made about the two hypotheses mentioned? Now, if you read the highlighted section, broadly speaking, Dr. Sauter says the ideal recipe for a food allergy is to be born of allergic parents and then to have a high exposure to an allergenic foodstuff. But there are so many exceptions to this rule that other forces are clearly at work, and who's to say what high exposure is anyway? In contrast, the so-called hygiene hypothesis suggests too low an exposure to allergens is to blame. This indicates that both the hypotheses are contradicting each other. Therefore, the correct option should be B. The option A says that both the hypothesis seems to be credible. However, there is no information about the credibility of the hypothesis. Option C says that the hypothesis failed to define their term adequately. This option is clearly wrong.
Let's look at the next question.
According to the question, what does the phrase, "this rule," in the fifth paragraph refer to? Now, if you read the highlighted section, Dr. Sauter talks about the ideal recipe for a food allergy. First, a person should be born of allergic parents and then to have a high exposure to an allergenic foodstuff. Then he says that there are so many exceptions to this rule. This means that the phrase, "this rule," means the order of events before food allergy. Therefore, option D is the correct answer.
Let's look at the next question.
According to the question, what does the sixth paragraph suggest about the transference of allergies between mother and child? Now, if you read the highlighted section, it says that allergens can be transferred through a mother's breast milk to her child, and possibly also through the placenta. Then the paragraph also mentions that, since the immaturity of babies' immune systems might make them more vulnerable to an inherited allergic tendency, women in allergic families could be advised to avoid certain foods during pregnancy and breastfeeding. This means that if women take certain precautions during pregnancy, then the transfer of allergy between mother and child can be avoided. Therefore, option C is the correct answer.
Let's look at the next question.
According to the question, what does Dr. Sauter suggests as the particle cause for the rise in cases of one allergy? Now, if you read the highlighted section, it says that Dr. Sauter speculates that a rise in peanut allergy cases makes up the bulk of the increase in food allergies. Greater exposure has probably allowed more peanut allergies to flourish, she thinks. Peanut consumption per capita is rising. It's a common ingredient in Asian and vegetarian dishes, which have grown in popularity, and the diet-conscious population is increasingly turning to nuts as a source of healthy fats. This means that according to Dr. Sauter, peanut allergies are increasing due to increase in the exposure to peanuts. She also says that peanut is a common ingredient in Asian diets and people who are diet-conscious, or in other words, people who are attempting to improve eating habits are using peanuts as a source of healthy fats. Therefore, option A is the correct answer.